Hello YouTube, this is lawsute 5 and I got a 2-in-1 video for you today. I'm going to be unboxing this mystery box that I got in the mail, and y'all going to look at it while I talk about the Cold Steel Colombian River Knife and Tool lawsuit. That is the second, or the I guess you could say the true purpose of this video. The unboxing is just convenient that it came in today, and that I'm going to make you look at it while I talk. That way you don't have to look at my face, because that can get boring. Of course you can always skip through to the end of the video and watch me unbox this, but where's the fun in that? And go ahead, feel free to guess what's inside of it. It is a fighting knife, and so I'm going to unbox it with a fighting knife. The Blackjack 1-7, and I'm pretty sure Cliff Stamp can guess what's in this box. I'll come pretty close. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Cold Steel and Colombian River Knife and Tool. For those of you who haven't heard, Cold Steel is suing Colombian River Knife and Tool for false advertisement. Colombian River Knife and Tool claims that with their auto locking system, that they'll M16s and other folding knives that have the auto locks or the manual locks or virtual fixed blades. And by the way, I posted a video on this yesterday, and I'm very pleased with the comments that I got quite a few comments, not a lot, but a few. They had substance in them, and they weren't rude or mudslinging. They were proper comments. They were thought out. They weren't rude, so I'm very happy about that, and congratulations to all of you who have commented on my video. You are good YouTube commenters. Pat yourself on the back. I'm very pleased. And anyways, I wanted to talk about some of the topics that popped up in those conversations, and you know, just the lawsuit in general from the way I understand it. And keep in mind, I am not a lawyer. I'm not a spokesperson for Cold Steel or Colombian River Knife and Tool. I have a very basic criminal justice background, so this stuff is interesting to me, but don't ask me for legal advice. You know, it's not a smart thing. I can give very basic advice that you should already know, but probably don't, because that's just how the Constitution works. We should know it, but we don't. Anywho, Colombian River Knife Tool claims that the auto locks and the manual locks make the folding knife, or the M16 that Cold Steel tested, a virtual fixed blade. And let's define virtual. This is world.com, and this is the definition that they gave me. I think it's a subdivision of Webster's Dictionary or something. It says being very close to being something without actually being it. That is the definition of virtual. That means, like with virtual reality, it's so close to being reality, but it's not quite reality. So a virtual fixed blade is being very, very, very close to being a fixed blade without actually being it. And Cold Steel is calling Colombian River Knife and Tool out, saying, no, your knife isn't a virtual fixed blade. We've tested it, and it's weak, and not only is it false advertisement, but it's potentially dangerous for people who over-trust that locking mechanism. Cold Steel is using the Lanham Act, which is a law that was conceived to protect businesses from other businesses, to protect businesses from unfair businesses that are falsely advertising or diluting a trademark or anything like that. And the people who have standing in this lawsuit are the businesses and corporations, not consumers. Consumers don't have standing in this lawsuit, so I can't sue Colombian River Knife and Tool under the Lanham Act because I'm a consumer. I'm not a business. That would be a different act, and you know, it would be very interesting because I'd be very I could actually do it if my M16 failed on me. Anywho, let's talk about some of the topics that came up in the comments. Someone said, well, does cold steel or Columbia rifle knife tool have to define and prove how strong a fixed blade is? Because that would be very impractical. A fixed blade can hold thousands of pounds, and so do we have to define what a fixed blade is and stuff? And I say no. Cold steel, Columbia rifle knife and tool don't have to prove that. The only thing we have to prove is that the auto locks, or the M16 in this case, is not a virtual fixed blade. Which, this sounds confusing. You don't have to prove that something is strong, but you can prove that something isn't as strong as that other object that you don't have to prove is strong. Pretty much what I'm saying, you don't have to test the limits of the fixed blade in order for the statement about the Columbia rifle knife and tool being a false advertisement to prove that statement. And forgive me if I lose you, because I am unscripted. But what I'm saying is the Columbia rifle knife and tool, at least the one that Cold Steel tested in their testing facility, research development facility, whatever you want to call it, it held 70 pounds of weight on its locking mechanism. That's with the auto locks, and it failed the spine wax on the third or fourth out of spine whack out of the 5 it's supposed to take. So being that it only held 70 pounds, which isn't a lot, you can say it's adequate for daily use, but it's not a virtual fixed blade, because a fixed blade supposedly can hold a whole lot more. The only evidence you really need is to put a fixed blade, let's just say a cable, in the vise, and see if that cable can hold maybe 100 to 200 pounds, or 300 pounds, or 400 pounds, or 500 pounds. And if it can hold, let's just say 300 pounds, then we can safely say that the Columbia rifle knife and tool is not a virtual fixed blade. It's not so close to being a fixed blade, but it's not quite a fixed blade. It's really just a folding knife. Nothing really special about it. So that is my spiel on the testing of the fixed blade versus testing of the Columbia rifle knife and tool M16. What else? My phone. Let's see. I should have prepared for this video a little bit better. But yes. Also, Cold Steel is making a statement saying, first off, that this might confuse the consumer, because if the consumer thinks that this advertisement of being a virtual fixed blade might be stronger than a triad lock, they might buy it instead of buying the triad lock mechanism, which is part of what the Lanham Act is supposed to protect against. False advertisement that's drawing consumers away from truthful advertisement. Cold Steel also makes a argument, forgive the dog, that this is also potentially dangerous for the fingers of the consumers, which I don't think is necessarily the right argument for this particular lawsuit. I think they need to stick with the false advertisement thing as far as the Lanham Act is concerned. But Lynn has said in his most recent press release that this is what's the word I'm looking for? A moral thing. This isn't about money. It's the principle. That's the word I was looking for. Lynn Thompson said it's the principle is the reason why he is making this lawsuit. Someone also said in the comments that Cold Steel is known for suing other knife businesses or companies. And according to Lynn, I don't have access to Ventura County's clerk office. But according to Lynn, he's only sued one other knife company, and that's I think A.G. Russell. You can read as much into that as you want. But anyways, so he's only sued 2 knife companies as of his 37 years in the knife business. It's not something that he does on a regular basis. So I feel confident that he's not just one of the... I feel confident that this isn't a hot coffee lawsuit. And what I mean by a hot coffee lawsuit is just a silly lawsuit that is trying to get money out of the obvious. Like if coffee is hot and someone doesn't tell you that the coffee's hot, you spill it, you know, that kind of thing. The McDonald's thing. I don't feel this is a coffee lawsuit or a hot coffee lawsuit. Also, I said in this past statement that Cold Steel said this isn't about money, it's about principle. And you may think to yourself, well, it should be about the money because you're going to get money out of this lawsuit, right? So the fact that you're getting money out of the lawsuit, if they win, means that you're benefiting. Well, in Cold Steel's, well, Lynn Thompson's most recent press release, he said that he's not keeping the money that he gets from the lawsuit. He's actually donating it to kniferights.org. Now, some of you might say who are skeptical, well, what if Lynn just says he's going to donate to kniferights.org and he just keeps it? Well, now that he has it in writing that he's going to donate it, and Knife Rights finds out that he doesn't donate it, that'll be very bad publicity for Cold Steel. So I'm very confident that Cold Steel is going to donate it to kniferights.org, protecting all rights to own knives of different varieties. So yes, if Cold Steel's not profiting over this, then they're obviously not in it for the money. And I don't think that Cold Steel's necessarily bullying Colombian River Knife and Tool either. Cold Steel, well, at least Lynn Thompson, is actually a pretty cool guy. I met him in person at the NRA convention. I've communicated with his employees quite a bit, and Lynn is a very nice guy, full of integrity, very kind. He donates meat to the soup kitchens. He pays for martial arts training for his employees, and any warranty issues that me and my brother had, they went above and beyond the call of duty to fix those issues. I actually haven't even talked about the issues that they fixed on YouTube. It's not a trade-off thing. Hey, we scratch your back and you scratch ours. I haven't talked about it on YouTube. So they've been really, really good to us. They were very good to other people. Like I said at the NRA convention, this older man came up to Lynn during his break, pulled out a coarse saw, I think it was like a sandot or something, and said, hey, this is my knife, what do you think of this? The first thing Lynn did was he opened the knife and he said, well, I like the serrations, I like this finish and the blade shape, and then he said, but I don't like the locking mechanism, I don't trust it. And Lynn was very polite to this man who came up to a business, a different business, and pulled out a knife and asked the owner of that business to critique his knife, and he did it in a very kind way. Now, some people say this is a marketing ploy. I kind of have to agree. It is a valid case that Cold Steel has against Colombian River Knife and Tool, and I don't think it's a hot coffee case. I think it's valid, and they have the right to do it. But I believe that the one thing Lynn Thompson is better at than designing and designing knives and testing knives, or let me rephrase it. The only thing that Lynn is better at. I'm going to say this. Lynn is a marketing genius. He is in some ways better at marketing knives than knife fighting and designing knives. I'm not saying he's bad at knife fighting and designing knives. I'm just saying he's really good at marketing. He does a good job at it. The Proof series of DVDs and VHS tapes are proof of that. He puts his products under the microscope and he shows them out. People see the videos, they buy his knives. And he makes the videos very easy for anybody to see. And also, if you watch Cold Steel's testing videos of their knives versus the competitors' knives, you'll notice that Andrew Demko gets really excited when he feels a knife is going to outperform the Cold Steel. That might sound strange, but I really feel that Len Thompson wants to see. He wants competition. He wants other companies to push him harder to make a better product, and he is very open to other designs if he feels they're good designs. He'll collaborate with Fred Perrin. He's collaborated with Barry Dawson. He's obviously collaborated with Andrew Demko a lot. He's collaborated with Spyderco. He's actually sold Spyderco products in his catalog. So, yes, this lawsuit is, I say, a good marketing decision, but I think it's valid. I also think it's a valid lawsuit, and they have the right to do it. And so, what time are we at? I got 3 minutes left on my video. Let me see if I can get my charger and plug up my camera before the battery dies out, so I can unbox this mystery box. Alright. That is the end of the Cold Steel discussion. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Now let's get some unboxing done. I don't normally do a whole lot of unboxings because I'm usually buying one product at a time. I'm not buying a whole Mary Poppins bag full of stuff. So the unboxing is like, hey, you open it, hey, look what I got, and that's it. But I'm excited about this knife. For those of you who guessed, left comments saying what you think this knife is, if you are correct, you get bragging rights. That's right. I bet you didn't know this was a contest. You actually win bragging rights. And I am just butchering this unboxing job because I'm reaching around a tripod. Don't worry, I'll put the box back in view. Alright. Ta-ta-da-da! Packing peanuts. This is like very awkward to do behind a tripod. Okay, that's my invoice. As you can see, this is AG Russell. Look at that. What does that say? Brindle made. And hopefully I won't cut myself. Looky there. It's a Randall made knife. very similar to the blackjack. Is that coincidence? First off, this isn't a Randall number 1. It's a Randall number 16 Special Final number 1. This is a copy of the Randall number 1, but it's a blackjack. And I foresee a Battle Blades video coming, so stay tuned. Okay, be prepared for the most disappointing unboxing video of a expensive knife. This is Factory Edge, and it is not shaving sharp. This is supposed to be one of the top line fighting knives, and it does not have a razor's edge, which is strange because this is an expensive knife and it's hand forged and it has all these cool features, and it's not razor sharp. Let's see, will it cut paper? Okay, it indeed redeems itself in the paper cutting aspect. But yes, there we go. I found a sweet spot. Took a little bit of hair. Alright, that's it.